Sports Club viewers, there's live First Division football for you today, and an exciting game it should be too. It's West Ham against Manchester United, and whoever wins goes top of the league. After that, I'll have the Sports Club bulletin, and because there are no newspapers today, there'll be details of your team's performance this weekend. First, though, let's join the rest of ITV now at Upton Park for the big match live.
I think one of the beauties of live football has been that it's made it like a mini cup final. The games that have been televised up to yet have been reasonably entertaining, and I would hope that the match, us and West Ham, will probably top the lot.
The Manchester United manager, Ron Atkinson, whose team have just taken the field for what must be the most important match of the season so far. Hello, good afternoon to you all. Welcome to Upton Park. We've got a tremendous atmosphere here. A crowd around about 30,000 already inside the ground. The lights are on. It's a bit cloudy, as you can see. We've had plenty of rain around about the London area. That'll mean the pitch is going to be rather slippery. The Hammers regulars are here to see if their team are going to go top of the table. The winners here this afternoon go top of the Cannon League above Liverpool, and United fans, those loyal fans, are here in force as well. All building up to a cup final atmosphere, North v South. And with me, as always, I'm delighted to say I have Jimmy Greaves. Jimmy, who's got the predicting fairly spot on so far on the old ITV Big Match Live, haven't you, Jimmy? How do you see this one going?
Well, we haven't done too bad, I suppose, Jim. It would be easy, I think, to sort of look at the home side and say, well, both sides are in form. But you'd always go for the home side under these circumstances, or possibly a draw. But we'll be bold, James. We will go for an away win, Manchester United.
Bold prediction. I think you've been out on the old pitch then, haven't you?
Yes, actually, I went out on the pitch earlier on, about half hour ago, in actual fact, and played a nice little 1-2 with Arnold Muren. And the ball is skipping along very nicely. It's a lovely surface out there. It makes for good, fast, open football, Jim. Should be a real cracker. Are
you a bit surprised to see Hammers where they are, right at the top of the table?
No, in actual fact, I felt that they would make the going very tough for everybody else. I said until the new year, and then Hammers tend to traditionally die down a little bit, but who knows with this side they've got now. But certainly not surprised to see this type of match here today. OK,
Jimmy, thanks very much. We're going to cross to the far side of the ground for our regular commentary team. Ian St John, our expert, alongside your match commentator, Brian Moore.
And certainly, as Jimmy said, the pitch couldn't be in better condition. Some £40,000 worth of draining invested in the summer, and it's done its work. Let's take a check on the two teams, though. West Ham field the side that won at Sunderland last week. It means that Steve Whitten continues on the right side of the midfield with Neil Orr, who missed the Sunderland game through injury, now the substitute. Important job today, though, for Jeff Pike. He'll be the marker for West Ham in midfield, aiming to subdue the Manchester United captain, Brian Robson. Well, Robson leads a side that makes an adjustment in defence, where Remy Moses plays at right back. No doubt he'll be looking after Alan Devonshire down that left flank for West Ham, with Mike Duxbury moving into the centre of the defence, and Kevin Moran is left out. The referee, you could hardly have a better one for a game like this, Clive Thomas from Porthcawl in Wales. And with two sides that believe in so much attacking football, some interesting strikers on show as well. Garth Brooks is one of them, on loan to Manchester United from Spurs. This is his second game for the United club. And it must be a delight for him playing alongside people like Frank Stapleton. 13 goals this season, including a hat-trick last week against Watford. And how do West Ham reply to that? They say Dave Swindlehurst, 11 he scored this season, including 5 in the last 4 games. Well, as you've heard, a tremendous atmosphere, and even now there are people queuing outside to get in. And the promise, I suppose, if you looked at the season, the fixtures throughout a season, and could pick the top half dozen of any season, then West Ham, Manchester United would always fall into that category. United today in a change strip of white shirts, black shorts. West Ham, of course, in their famous claret and blue. It'll be United then who kick off, attacking the goal to our right, with Brian Robson quickly on the ball for them, their captain, and quickly Jeff Pike getting to him. Played to Albiston, and the ball into touch. In fact, for what it means, it's not the best of grounds for Manchester United. They've not won in their last 11 appearances at Upton Park, and indeed have lost all but one of the last 9. And a slippery surface, as you can see there, demonstrated amply by Ray Stewart. And a throw for Manchester United. Arnold Muren with it, their Dutch international. Crooks getting to him. Muren back for Albiston. Robson again, and Pike again at close quarters for him. And again tangling with him. Robson just about holding him off. And West Ham doing their utmost to get that ball away from that danger area, with everybody except Swindlehurst back. Good jump there by Steve Walford, the number 4. Oh, asleep for a moment by Duxbury, but quick composure and a safe pass back to Gary Bailey. Here's Remy Moses towards Garth Crooks, chested down. Oh, Graham, a little fortuitous that it came back to him in that way. Walford with great pace. And Ron Atkinson's right. I must say this is a cup final atmosphere here at the moment. There's Steve Walford. They bought him as a left back, but they bought his versatility as well, and he's at the centre of the back now with Alvin Martin. Again, Whitten trying to get on this one, and Bailey out quickly as Albiston couldn't quite get the touch that was as decisive as he wanted it to be. Gary Bailey with 7 clean sheets in the last 11. Stewart with a header. Here's young Tony Cottee. Now Whitten falls again for him. Oh. Got it through to Swindlehurst, played for Brooking, looking for Devonshire, maybe down the left. There's a Brooking pass for Devonshire. And a goal kick. Ian St John, tremendous atmosphere and real promise here today.
Yeah, certainly is, Brian. A lovely start to the game. I have noticed that the top of the pitch is a bit slippy, and I should think the players are finding a little bit of difficulty keeping their feet, which always adds to the excitement, because, you know, as defenders are going back towards their own goal and turning, they're slipping and falling around. So we'll be looking for a little bit of that happening.
Walford versus Crooks. Walford's header. Robson. Lampard towards Devonshire. Side for Pike. Well played again for Devonshire. Brooking's away on his left. Pike's making the break through the middle. Good pace here again by West Ham. Good accurate passing. Brooking on the ball for them. In towards Swindlehurst, a touch for him, now for Cottee, but the flag is up. Well, the crowd applauding that one-touch football by West Ham, and particularly some work by Brooking. We've had 2 touches from him in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and they've both been absolutely first class. Brooking again, couldn't quite gather that one up though. Wilkins was on him. Robson, such a battle in the midfield today. It's Robson again. Eluding Whitten, and the ball out of play for a West Ham throw. Ray Stewart with that throw. Swindlehurst. Muren. Wilkins available. Cut out by Stewart, but he didn't control it. Robson was on it in a flash. And a Brooking type pass there, trying to get Crooks on his way. Walford getting it back to Phil Parks. Letting it go all the way from one goalkeeper behind for the goal kick at the other end. 19 years old, Tony Cottee.
There'll be some interesting duels on the field today when you look at it, Brian. You know, you've got Wilkins against Brooking there in the middle of the park, Pike playing in the centre of midfield against Robson. You've got outside here, you've got Devonshire against Moses. You know, the pitch is littered with good little duels.
Alberston, Robson. And Stewart getting it back, but it'll still leave a little work for Parks to do. Ball out of the ground, I gather, but a substitute ball, as you can see, already on. Hooks, Alberston. A few white shirts waiting in the middle. They'll wait in vain as Lampard now with a chance to get it away, the West Ham captain in the absence of Billy Bonds. Now Graham, and a shot that is a goal kick for West Ham. Arthur Graham performing on the right-hand side. He's probably better known as a left-sided player, but to accommodate Muren, Arthur Graham away on the right here. Scottish international, formerly with Leeds United, of course. Brooks, Stapleton, Muren, that marvellous left foot of his, just a little too firm on that occasion. Now Devonshire. Warford. Cottee played in well, had to be quick. Brooking for once miscuing. Muren, stopped by Stewart. Hunting it forward for Swindlehurst to chase. McQueen has gone with him. Helped by Muren. Oh, fell West Ham's way. Whitten now. Into the path of Pike. Into the path of Lampard. Pass towards Cottee. Flicked on. Back with Bailey. Some 5'6", Tony Cottee, but he gets up well. I remember his first ever goal in the league was against Tottenham with a header, and he got 2 with the headers against Birmingham City on the first game of this season. A youngster who's short of inches, but he still gets up well. Crooks. Picking out Arthur Alberston. It's Ray Wilkins. In for Muren. Flicked one again for Brian Robson. In for Graham, and Robson again getting in that danger area just across the face of that West Ham goal. That could have been the opening one. Good play by Manchester United, and Brian Robson, the England captain, right in the middle of it all, taking that pass back from Graham and hitting a pass, or rather a shot, that was just beyond the far post. Now Pike. Brooking. Pike going on his way. Whitten. Still got it across, but it'll be too little far for Swindlehurst to make anything of it. Whose throw is that? And in the end to Manchester United. In fact, it might be a free kick. No, it's a throw. Fierce, challenging, clinical stuff. This time it's a free kick, though. The challenge by Brian Robson on Alan Devonshire said to be unfair by referee Clive Thomas. So Robson has to back away, and he hadn't backed away far enough, and the referee wasn't happy with it. And Brian Robson is going into the book.
Well, I know that Clive Thomas is always saying that he would book players if they don't clear away from a ball, Brian. You know, he has said that, and I think that's an example of it. A bit harsh, I would think, but there you are.
Well, it's a warning to the others. Devonshire floating it into the far side. Whitten's coming up on the far side into the side netting behind, and a goal kick.
Well, we watched Manchester United a few weeks ago, Brian, up at Leicester, and they were having a lot of trouble in the air that day. And I've noticed today there's a couple of balls that have gone in the box there, and the West Ham players are being first to it. And again, I think that's something to look at. Gordon McQueen, who normally dominates the centre of defence, hasn't been too sure in the few games I've seen him this season. So, you know, Swindlehurst making a bit of joy there this afternoon.
And of course it'll be interesting to see how Duxbury can play alongside him, although Ron Atkinson has a belief that the centre of the defence might even be Duxbury's best position.
Yes, he has said that, and I've seen Duxbury play alongside the centre half, and he is a good player.
It's Moses. And now Graham. Lampard was hard at him, but the ball finds its way to Crooks. Wilkins. Moses. And Devonshire coming away with it. Shakes off Graham. A little flick with the outside of the boot for Whitten. A little too casual there. And in the end, it was Martin who had to get it back. Moses. Graham. Well-timed challenge by Lampard. And the ball out of play for a United throw. Brooks. Graham. Robson. Powerful shot. Did Parks get a touch to it? The referee is looking towards the linesman. No, it was just clearing that crossbar. But a raking drive there from the Manchester United captain.
He really is a super player, Brian, isn't he? You know, he's in there all the time looking for goals, Brian Robson. Probably, I would think, the best midfield player in the country at the moment. He's not too happy with Clive Thomas, by the way. You know, they've been having a few words on the way back.
About the booking.
Yeah, and also he was looking for a corner kick there.
Yeah, I must say I got the impression that Parks might have just touched that one. But here's Pike. Whitten chesting it down for Brooking. It'll fall for Swindlehurst. And now for Whitten. That's not going to reach Devonshire. Again, Robson was there. Graham. Brooks. Buren. Tremendous pace in this game. But too much pace on the ball on that occasion for Albiston, who kicked it away. And look at referee Clive Thomas reacting quickly, determined to keep 100% discipline on this game. It's Clive's last season as a referee, which I think for the game as a whole that's rather sad, because good referees are thin on the ground, and I think he's one of the best. Brian Robson at the moment may not agree. Pike. Devonshire. West Ham's throw. Frank Lampard with it. Pike. No space for him. Now, what can he do? Played in towards Cotty. Brooking almost brought that difficult ball under control. Duxbury. And Graham. And Wilkins. Well, I thought he kept that in, but the linesman was in a better position than I. The frowning Wilkins says, I think I was a bit harshly done with there. Swindlehurst, a dummy that beats McQueen, but not Moses, but gets West Ham a corner. You can see the applause that's coming up. It's a game at the moment where people are shouting, but also feel that they want to put their hands together as well, and that's a compliment to both sides at the moment. 0-0 the score, though, as Devonshire takes this corner for West Ham. Floated towards the near post. It was Stapleton who was back to get it away. And Pike's pass to Devonshire was way off. Coming up to 14 minutes gone. West Ham 0, Manchester United 0. Alvin Martin is up. Stapleton's touch, finding Graham. Challenge is going in hard. That time it was Cotty on Graham, and Cotty now goes into the book. Standing no nonsense today is Clive Thomas, Ian.
Well, he's going to have a full notebook if he's taking people's names for things like that, Brian. I mean, that was an innocuous tackle. There was nothing really nasty about that at all. Duxbury.
Duxbury, played in again. Stapleton trying to chest it down for Crooks. Robson again lurking for anything that might fall loose. And a goal kick. So a quarter of an hour gone. 0-0 the score. Two of the masterful men in the midfield. In fact, we got three in shot there for a moment from Manchester United. Muren, Robson and Wilkins. And Parks with the goal kick for West Ham. Good jump by Devonshire. Good interception too by Duxbury. Devonshire again. Remy Moses away. And Stewart. West Ham won this one 3-1 last season. Swindlehurst. Stewart. Whitten. Again, Ray Stewart. This time Brooking on that far side. Back again for Whitten, playing in the early one towards Cotty with the header. Goal kick. Stapleton. For a moment shaking off Alvin Martin. Oh, Pike getting back there. Threading the ball past Crooks. Back to his keeper. Wilford. It's a United throw. Arthur Graham. Crooks controlling it well. With Stapleton outside him. In for Graham. A little chip in there, which Stewart wanting Parks to come out, which eventually he does. West Ham's throw. Brooking with the header. It finds Pike. Well, it looked like finding Pike, but we again take into account the speed over the ground of Brian Robson. By Stapleton, and Lampard just ducking in to make sure the header gets back to Parks. Pike. Walford. Whitten. Forward again by Stewart. Just a fall for Brooking. In the end, Manchester United with 4 players back there. Finally scramble the ball away into touch. Whitten with the throw. No, he's going to leave it for Stewart, maybe. No, he decides to take it himself because he's seen Pike in a good, advantageous position. On for Lampard. And now Devonshire. Devonshire. Brooking, letting it run. Might even try a shot. He's not very pleased with that. That's one of the hallmarks of Brooking, actually, in that he lets the ball run and...
Oh, he's terrific, Barney. He really is terrific. But I must say, Gordon McQueen, I thought, might have made the tackle outside the box. You know, he let Brooking run and get inside. And, you know, I think if you are a defender, if you're going to tackle, you've got to try and do it outside the box just in case.
Looking again. No, that was too close to McQueen. The clearance only goes to Ray Stewart. There's Swindle first up again. Cotty trying to get in. That needed to be a timely save and dive by Gary Bailey. Wilkins. Moses. Graham. Should be Martins. Good control. And a good pass to Swindlehurst. Whitten. And it kicked off his foot by Albiston. Now with Stapleton. And Lampard gets it away. Muren. Albiston. Arnold Muren again. West Ham manager John Lyle in the centre there with Ronnie Boyce, former player, on the right. And Ernie Gregory, another former player, in the spectacles at the back. They love to promote from within, almost Liverpool style here at Upton Park. Mike. Brooking. Oh, he changed his mind about 6 times in about 2 seconds there. But Albiston is available to him. Wilkins for him. Arthur Graham again. To that left side that he favours so well. Bringing it onto the right. That's got to be a free kick. The whistle have gone. And it'll be a free kick for Manchester United, Ian.
Well, when you say Arthur Graham favours that side, because he likes to come in on his right foot, Brian, he's going to packs a good shot on his right foot, and when he goes up the left, he has a little jink, comes inside and opens the goal up.
Now watch out for Wilkins, watch out for Robson, and above all I should think watch out for Muren as well. But it's going to be Wilkins. The little chip through, and in the end it was Walford who did a very good saving job indeed for West Ham, because Crooks looked to be on the point of just nodding that one through. Clever little free kick there from Ray Wilkins, and a corner which Graham will take for Manchester United. Parks. Pike. Muren. Wilkins. 0-0 still. Robson. Crooks trying to get it back again to Robson. Easily cut out by Wilkins. It wasn't a good ball. Robson, Crooks. The winners of this one, remember, if there are to be winners today, leapfrog above Liverpool at the top of the First Division. The incentive is certainly there. Cut out quite easily that time by Devonshire. Brooking. That was a strange ball to give him, and it wasn't a very good one. It gave even a bloke of Brooking's ability no chance of controlling it. Duxbury. Moses. The ball for Crooks. Stapleton available. Good challenge again by Walford. Robson on the volley.
Well, he's done about 3 or 4 shots already, Brian. Brian Robson, terrific. I mean, he's always looking for goals. Look at him here. He's pushing the other players out the road saying, I'll take it. You know, let me have a belt at it. That one just a yard or so over. But he's a real inspiration to the United side, isn't he?
Muren. Good spell this for Manchester United. You get the impression that they are exerting more and more pressure. Here's Robson again. He thought about a shot, decided that Graham was better placed. The little chip comes in towards Stapleton. Lampard not really getting it away. Graham again. And United seeking to continue this pressure, and will be able to do so with a free kick conceded by Alan Devonshire. Coming up to 25 minutes of the first half gone. 0-0 the score. And United having a good spell as Wilkins takes this free kick for them. McQueen has come up on the far side. Brooking away, but there are no claret and blue shirts there. Duxbury. Orveston. Come for Lampard. Gives Cotty very little chance, but the chance was made now for Devonshire. Now he's getting past Moses. Left foot cross coming in. Swindlehurst on the far side. Applause there for Devonshire. That was a great run. Outstripping Moses. A perfect cross to the far post. And Swindlehurst was in there, but Orveston was back there with him. A corner then for West Ham, which Trevor Brooking will take. Walford's at the near post, Witten's at the near post, Cotty's in the 6-yard area. Brooking then with this corner. Flick back, flick from the line, off the line there. Witten it was who got the header in. And just when it looked as though Manchester United were getting on top, suddenly West Ham have come fighting back at them. A lovely flick on there, Witten's header cleared off the line by Moses. Brooking. The banner was thrown on the pitch and the referee threw it back off again. As Devonshire takes the throw for West Ham. Brooking. Now what can he achieve? That's a corner. There goes Walford. Steve Walford forward to be at the near post with Witten. Cotty at the back post. Brooking lurking in there as Devonshire takes it. Graham with a chance of bringing a bit of respite. Muren's header. Wilkins. And now Robson. And here comes Arthur Graham now for Manchester United. Pike is back after him. And the ball coming off Lampard, so we've had a corner at one end, and within seconds we now get one for Manchester United at the other. McQueen forward again. So 6'3" of threat to West Ham. And Brooking with a header, getting it away. Cotty. Oh, good play by Tony Cotty. Steve Witten now, with Devonshire away on the right for him, but Witten looks as though he's got to go on his own unless he can find Cotty. In the end, there was no way through. Muren, offside against Graham. Terrific movement in this game, Ian.
Oh, marvellous. I mean, it really is end-to-end stuff. It's a good game. Witten, you know, Steve Witten, I watched him quite a bit when he played at Coventry. Runs well with the ball, Brian. He hasn't a lot of pace. You know, he's not a quick player, but he does run well with it. And he's very strong. He can hold defenders off.
Steve Walford with the free kick for West Ham towards Steve Witten. McQueen away. West Ham's throw. Stewart with it. Cotty.
Well, the threat to Manchester United, Brian, has been in the air, hasn't it? You know, in this opening spell. And you know, if West Ham look to me every time they throw the ball in there, they may get a goal.
So there's the corner, and a good catch, not under a great deal of pressure, in fairness, by Gary Bailey. Pike. Good play by Muren. Wilkins. Graham. Well, he had to be quick because Swindlehurst was into him. Moses. And now Orveston. Muren. Stapleton. Nice one touch. Trying to get it back from Crooks, but Stewart was in. coming up to the half hour, and 0-0 still the score. Certainly no shortage of skillful football, or indeed a shortage of incident. Another free kick for West Ham. Two players booked, remember, Brian Robson and Tony Cottee. And Steve Warford left-footed with his free kick. Whitten on the far side, got his header in. Now Devonshire, thought he might have had one first time. Pike. Oh, that was screaming towards the goal, deflected away by a defender. Jeff Pike, in fact, who hasn't scored this season for West Ham. I mentioned that to him before the game. He said, don't tell the manager. I think John Lyall is very keen on midfield players who get their quota of goals in the course of a season. Actually, Jeff scored in this game last season that West Ham won 3-1. And here he is with the corner. And Bailey got it, lost it. Martin was in. Has he given a free kick or a goal kick?
I think he's given a goal kick, Brian. I would say that the goalkeeper dropped the ball under a little bit of pressure there. Yeah, let's have a look at it now. Yeah, you can see that there's nobody pushing him. He's gone up there and he's just dropped the ball. And almost fell for Alvin Martin there, didn't it? Just half a yard away.
Pike, Stewart. Martin having a real battle there with Frank Stapleton. We're talking about the midfield battles. Martin versus Frank Stapleton will have quite a bearing on this game as well, I imagine. There's Wilkins. It might be too hard even for Muren. And it's a West Ham throw.
It's a good game to play, and if you are a midfield player, you know, such as Ray Wilkins, because both sides in the middle of the park, they're not the greatest in closing you down, Brian, and trying to stop you playing, you know, because both sets of players want to play. And you're getting a bit of room, and that's why I think Brian Robson's had so many shots at goals today. Wilkins is getting a bit of freedom, and he's using it well. It's a nice game to play for the midfield player.
Well, we hope at home that you're finding it a nice game to watch, with about 32 minutes gone, and 0-0 the score. Ray Stewart with the free kick for West Ham. Martin, that was a curious overhead kick, assuming that Stewart was there, and Stewart had to put a bit of a sprint on. Crooks was dangerously close. McQueen v Swindlehurst. Falls for a moment West Ham's way, but who was the man in there again, tidying it up? Brian Robson. 12 minutes to half-time, 0-0. Crooks for Manchester United. Stapleton. Robson. Mike closing on him. And a throw to West Ham. Ron Atkinson, the Manchester United manager, on the left of the picture there, in the front row. Martin, long ball, Duxbury getting up well to get it away, helped on its way then by McQueen. Graham. Running Lampard, getting it across. Oh, that was a good piece of defence again by Walford. Kutso ended up in his own goal, but his touch was a good sure one, even though it concedes the corner. Good break again by Arthur Graham. And a wicked cross that came in. Lampard all anxiety at that near post as the corner comes in. And the header by Stapleton goes wide for the West Ham goal kick.
I would think that Ron Atkinson has said to Arthur Graham that every chance he gets, you know, to have a run at Frank Lampard, because, you know, Frank is obviously getting to the end of his days, as it were, and you know, he wouldn't like a player picking the ball and running at him.
Whitten. Swindlehurst. Pike. Concentration missing for a moment there from Alvin Martin. This is Steve Walford. Cotti off that chest of his to Lampard. Swindlehurst for Devonshire. Three buzzing around Devonshire. They're aware of the danger that he can present. And it's noticeable every time he gets the ball and has a run at Remy Moses that Arthur Graham withdraws very quickly to add support. Pike cutting that out well for West Ham. Here's Whitten on the way with Pike and Cotti outside him. A long, long raking shot. Well, if it had gone into the roof of the net, we'd have been screaming, what a great goal. I suppose we might also say, if he just played it a little wide to the right, where two West Ham players were beautifully placed for a little cross in. Steve Whitten, he's a London boy, formerly with Coventry City. Crooks. Buren, that lovely left foot, Robson offside. Flag is up, referee has seen it. Devonshire. Moses' challenge was well timed. Here's Devonshire again for Pike. Crooks was at his back. The crowd warned him, but Pike couldn't quite react quickly enough. And here are United again with Wilkins. Still with about 8 minutes of the first half to go, and the score still 0-0. Beautifully balanced. Going to the top of the first division. If there's a draw, then Liverpool stay there. Buren, good ball, but the flag is up again for an offside against Arthur Albiston. Well, the game at the moment, a tremendous advertisement for football, and as yet not a trainer has been on. Cotti. Now can Swindlehurst get there? No, again Bailey spotted that danger quickly, was off his line in a flash. Straight to Cotti. Oh, surprised himself, I suppose, and Duxbury was able to get in. Wilkins the long ball away towards Crooks, and that surprised the ball for Devonshire. Cotti, Pike, get after that one, he says to Devonshire, but there's no chance for him. Stapleton up well, Crooks. Can Lampard get it back? He can. Duxbury. Stewart. Oh, the challenge, he went right through that, it seemed. Right through it on to Muren. That's why the free kick has been given, which Albiston will take. Duxbury. Moses. Little flick on by Crooks to Stapleton. Crooks again. Graham. Wilkins. West Ham just can't get a touch at the moment. Moses. Flicked on again by Stapleton towards Crooks. Pushed back there, but that was a touch that was necessary by Whitten. It looked to be falling for Graham. There's Moses. 5 minutes to half-time. Stapleton for Manchester United. Full for Brian Robson. Now for Muren. And now for Crooks, who'd taken up a good position away on the left there. The cross in. Oh, and he poured away by Parks. But fortunately for him, straight to Devonshire. Whitten. A lot of activity up front for West Ham. And Swindlehurst hoping to get the better of McQueen. And in the end, it'll be a throw to Manchester United. Might even be a free kick, indeed it is. Martin. Moses. Graham. Now Arthur Graham for Manchester United. Ray Wilkins. Was half knocked down, and so was that one. Robson in quickly against Jeff Pike. Whitten just nicking it away over Muren for Stewart. Stewart to Devonshire. Robson coming across to support Remy Moses, and in the end it works. This will fall easily for Lampard. Brooking. Good opening spell by Trevor Brooking, and we've seen few of his best touches since then.
I think United have come on top in the last sort of 10-15 minutes, Brian. You know, they look as if they've taken command of the game. Although West Ham are always dangerous on the breakaways.
Well, here's Steve Whitten. Stewart. Yes, you get the feeling if West Ham could get Devonshire away down the left a little more effectively, that might open up United.
Yeah, I think he's probably the main threat, Brian. But as I say, United look to get more of the ball now, and you know, they're keeping a hold of it and they're looking threatening.
Well, here's a free kick coming up. A foul by Devonshire on Graham. Dangerous situation this. And United are calling up all their big men. McQueen, Duxbury are forward. 2 minutes to the end of the first half as Wilkins floats it in. Graham gets in there again, and it should be a West Ham ball. Parks catching it ahead of Crooks. Now Devonshire, running from deep. Brooking making a little run. Duxbury's coming there with him and gets there first. Just kept in play. Potty. Devonshire again. Potty still, and Potty. And the shot saved by Bailey. They were a little muddled there for a moment, Manchester United.
It was Arnold Muren, actually, number 8, you'll see here, who made the mistake. You know, tried to be clever. They lost the ball, and Tony Cotty's right clear. Not an awful lot of direction behind the ball there, but definite chance, Brian.
Wilkins. Muren. Wilkins, cut out by Stewart. On his feet again quickly enough to get the header in. Does well there to find Whitten. And a West Ham throw. McQueen. Moses. Crooks. Wolf lengthening his stride, but Stapleton got there first. And a throw to Manchester United. Coming towards the last few seconds of the first half. I fancy it could be quite a second half here now at Upton Park, with a score 0-0 between these two sides, so finely balanced. Crooks. Stapleton across. Oh, and that was nearly in, and Robson! No, offside. Offside. Disallowed. Joy amongst the West Ham fans, but no doubt whatsoever in the linesman's mind.
I think it was Arnold Muir he was given offside. That's Muir there. Again, you see him just...
And looks to be.
Yeah, it looks to be. Yeah. I would say the linesman was right in that one, Brian.
So drama then right at the end of this first half. And the score remains at 0-0. West Ham now blocking. And Robson, the man who had the goal knocked off, getting back there in time to turn it back to goalkeeper Gary Bailey. Half-time whistle, and what a good first half it was. The promise, perhaps, of an even better one in the second half. Robson's goal disallowed. Wants a word from the referee as to why, but it didn't look as though there was any doubt that Muren was in an offside position. Full of movement and skill and moments of high excitement. And in a moment, the views of Jimmy Greaves with Jim Rosenthal. The half-time score at Upton Park, West Ham 0, Manchester United 0. We'll be back in a moment.
Who gives more home loans than any other building society? Pays out more interest than any other building society? And has more assets than any other building society? It's the people who give you a little extra help. The Halifax, the world's #1.
Get a little extra help from the Halifax.
Walls have created a spectacular ice cream dessert called Viennetta. But despite its deliciously rich ice cream and its irresistible crisp chalk layers, Viennetta could leave you with one small problem. Wall's Viennetta. One slice is never enough.
To go the same distance as one set of Duracell, you'd expect to have to replace ordinary zinc carbon batteries. But how many times? Twice? 3 times. In fact, in this continuous test, Duracell outlasts ordinary batteries over 5 times. Duracell lasts even longer than you thought.
The video computer system can't give you all the hair-raising thrills of Centipede. If it can't make learning fun and exciting using characters from Sesame Street. If it can't bring strategy and teamwork into play like real sports football. If it can't do all this and be bought for just $69.99, including the game of Pac-Man free. If it can't, it's not Atari.
The shavers of the future. The new Braun Universal Rechargeables. Futuristic with their platinum-plated foil. An unbelievably close shave, with or without a cord. Built-in technology to recharge in only 1 hour. Anywhere in the world. The new Braun Universals. Smoothness beyond expectation. From the shavers of the future. Only from Braun.
Hello again, welcome back to Upton Park. No goals then at half-time. Manchester United really doing well in the first half, and a really controversial incident right at the end of it. Let's have a look at that now before we bring in Jimmy Greaves. The disallowed goal from Brian Robson. Jimmy, what did you make of it?
Well, you see, Crooks has got the ball, he's shielding it very well. Frank Stapleton mishits it, really. And there's Arnold Muren, who gets his shot well saved by Phil Parkes, and there's Brian Robson who knocks it in. I suppose, theoretically, you've got to say, Jim, that it's offside, but I tend to think that it's always very unfortunate when goals are disallowed when players are in that position, because I don't think it would have mattered to Phil Parkes whether Muren or anybody else had been there. He wouldn't have saved it. It's one that goes against you when you're playing away from home, and one that stays with you when you're playing at home.
Surely. I don't think we can accuse referee Clive Thomas of being a homer, though, really.
I didn't say that. I just said it's one of those that seems to stick when the home team scores them.
Do you feel Manchester United are a bit unfortunate not to be in front? They might have just shaded that first half on points?
I think they were slightly the better side. Both sides have had good efforts at goal, and I mean, in actual fact, West Ham themselves might have scored with a very good effort anyway, Jim.
I think we can probably just have a look at that now. Coming from a corner, didn't it?
Yes, it came from a corner. The corner came across. It was well knocked on, and it's Stevie Whitten who gets the flick to it, and Gary Bailey's in no man's land, and there's Remy Moses on the line, who brings it down very well and clears his lines. So at that particular stage, West Ham could have been one up. And I feel that the game is that type of game, Jim. Nobody can really sit here comfortably and rest. It's going from one end to the other, and because of that, anybody is likely to score.
I mean, anybody, for instance, just turning on now and saying, what's the score at Upton Park, or it's goalless at half-time, that can't have been a very good first half. They couldn't be more wrong, could they?
That's true. It's a poor reflection on the game, really. What the game badly needs is a goal. I feel it's likely to come. I'll be surprised if it doesn't.
You went for Manchester United before the kick-off, and listening to Ian St John in the first half, he felt Arthur Graham could well hold the key, his tussle with Frank Lampard.
Yes, I wouldn't disagree with Ian, actually, because Arthur's going down the line. Frank is getting on. His legs are getting tired a bit, as fit as he is now. And particularly second half, we might see that this will have a bearing on it. You can see Arthur is strong. He runs and he looks up well. And that ball is cleared by Walford for a corner. And one gets the impression that every time Arthur's on the ball, that he can go down the line or he can come inside and create havoc, Jim.
Good. Jimmy, thank you very much indeed. Of course, the whole of the second half still to come, live here from Upton Park. No goals at half-time. We look forward to great things in the next 45 minutes. See you in just a couple of minutes.
The JVC lightweight video and camera. He didn't get it. The JVC portable stereo with a rather nifty record deck. He didn't get it. The JVC personal hi-fi with detachable radio. You got it. JVC. You might have got it, or you haven't. Cadbury's Crunchy. Chocolatey Crunchy. Bubbly, melting, golden crunchy. Cadbury's Crunchy. Now only 15p.
Old Spice, the classic masculine fragrance. The mark of a man.
CBS ColecoVision is quite simply the most powerful video game system around. It's got better graphic definition, just like arcade games. More changing screens, more to challenge any game wizard. It's the most powerful video game system available. CBS ColecoVision. You can't beat the system.
The National Wet and Dry Rechargeable Shaver. A more refreshing way to shave.
The search for a new colour television is over. Sanyo have created a complete range for those with a keen eye for vision and a fine ear for sound. Built to the same high standards as Sanyo's world-famous video equipment, with that same careful attention paid to contemporary styling, picture quality, and value for money. If you're searching for colour television, see Sanyo, then decide.
Why, Jeeves? Anything wrong, sir? Just practicing must keep up with the times, you know. Hence the Croft originals. Then follow you, Jeeves. I was about to observe, sir, that from time immemorial, cream sherries have had a somewhat dark brown aspect. But now, Croft Original, with its light, delicate hue, has become the absolute thing, Jeeves. Just like my dancing. Ah, you were dancing, sir. What do you think I was doing, Jeeves? I assumed, sir, that a wasp had flown up your trouser leg.
Kraft Original Pale Cream Sherry. One instinctively knows when something is right.
Pint of Toby, please.
2 pints of Toby.
Last year, 1 million pints of Toby Bitter were drunk in just one area down here. Not just because of this.
The fella said, last Christmas.
But this. And this.
Oh, don't forget your change.
Toby. Great bitter. Great value.
Slide Robes, beautifully affordable, luxury fitted mirror wardrobes. Phone for your Slide Robes colour brochure. Maidstone 53975 anytime.
And welcome back to Upton Park. 0-0 is the score in this Cannon League First Division game between West Ham and Manchester United. After a really good first half, both sides playing as though they are teams in form, which indeed they are. West Ham unbeaten in their last 7. In fact, they've won their last 4. And Manchester United have lost only 1 of their last 14. West Ham then get us underway at the start of the second half. They now attack the goal to our right. If you've just joined us, they're in the claret and blue with Manchester United in the white shirts and black shorts. It's a West Ham throw, which Ray Stewart will take. West Ham second, Manchester United third in the First Division. Stewart will take the throw. Great buzz about the place at the moment after that first half. It may be a chance for Brooking. Oh, he lets the ball go into touch for another throw for West Ham, which Stewart will take. Martin's up there, looking maybe for the long throw. And there it goes. But again, a United player is there. Here's Devonshire. Stewart wanting it back again and gets it. Time to cross in once more towards Martin, who'd gone up and stayed up. Good punch away by Bailey. They still haven't got it away, though, United. Now here's Lampard, will return it towards Whitten and towards Cotty, who hoped to get that on the volley, just nicked away by Brian Robson. And Martin in a little bit of trouble. Maybe it was a clash with Bailey when he went for the header from the throw. Brooking. Devonshire, so little space over there. And in the end, a corner. Or would it be a free kick for the foul on Devonshire? It's right in that. It's a free kick, in fact, just outside the corner quadrant, put there by referee Clive Thomas himself. So Devonshire will take it. Martin's gone forward again. Swindlehurst is lurking there once more. And Martin, and headed off the line by Muren. Twice they've had it off the line, Manchester United. Once in the first half, Moses from a Whitten header. Now Muren from Martin's header. Now Muren. Oh, and they missed it. Walford found it just skimming over his head, and Alvin Martin was in behind him to concede the corner. So again, this header off the line. Martin didn't really gather it properly, but Muren did. So, Manchester United's corner, Arthur Graham with it, floated in towards, well, I thought towards the near post, but it went a little further than that. Parks with the catch and the throw for Devonshire. Kept in play, West Ham's throw. Breezy start to the second half as well, Ian.
Well, I was saying, Brian, at the start of the game that United have been a little bit shaky in the air, you know, the games I have seen them this year, and I think that was another example where, you know, we're getting a free header at goal from 6 yards out.
Graham for Manchester United. Stewart trying to push him down that line, and Graham went well. It was Pike who blocked it. Pike who cleared it to Whitten. Passed it to Robson. A good ball again played by Brian Robson to Arthur Graham. Floated in once more towards Stapleton, too high, goal kick. And down on the bench from the director's box, the Manchester United manager, Ron Atkinson. Norman Whiteside on the left of the picture, the Manchester United sub. I'd love to get on the bench. I think managers give vent to their feelings a little bit, and you could see Ron beginning to there.
Well, normally you sit upstairs for the first half, and then the frustration gets to you. You know, you want to get down there and have a few rucks at the players and shout, and it gets out of your system.
That's just what he's doing now. But it's West Ham's throw. Frank Lampard with it. Cotty trying to go in there and beat Moses. Robson's header finding Crooks. Robson's pass finding Graham. And now Ray Wilkins. Moses nodding on for Stapleton. Cotty getting in there. Whistle's gone for a free kick to Manchester United. 5 minutes of the second half gone. This could be dangerous now for West Ham. Wilkins will float it in. McQueen's come up. Martin is keeping a weather eye on him. Maybe Arthur Graham. No, he's leaving it for Wilkins. And it was Walford, in fact, who got the header in. And Devonshire with a chance of pulling it away for West Ham. Oh, is he running into trouble? No, he's not. That was a good, calm piece of play. Now, what can Whitten do? Look for Cotty. For Manchester United. That's cut out by Walford, who's had a really steady game for West Ham. And there's the ball for Cotty to chase, but Duxbury and Bailey between them, saving United. Muir. Robson. Stopped by Walford. Devonshire. Little flick through for Brooking, letting it run. Wilkins. Alverston. Robson. And Alverston. Robson again. To Frank Stapleton for Manchester United. Oops. Stapleton. They're keeping possession, but they can't get a clear sight on goal. West Ham defending in some depth at the moment. Just Swindlehurst forward. But United playing a lot of patient football in the end. Alvin Martin content to let that dribble over the byline for the goal kick. Masterly performance by Brian Robson from the midfield for Manchester United. Just thinking of another midfield player, Trevor Brooking, is not shining today quite as he normally does. Ian, he says it's going to be his last season in the league.
Yes, I think we've seen the best of Trevor, you know, who's been a tremendous player. I mean, he was one of the great players, I think, in English football, and people would go along to watch him. And now you can see the little half a yard has gone from him. He had a lovely turn there, which was typical of him, but just couldn't get the ball. You know, his impact in the game hasn't been after the first 20 minutes, has gone rather quiet.
Lampard, looking. Really battling in there. And in the end, it comes for Lampard. McQueen. At the moment, Manchester United looking very comfortable.
But they've got to turn it into goals, Brian. There's no use having a monopoly of play, you know. They've got to get one. I would think that Ron Atkinson on the bench here is thinking now, you know, we've had most of the game in the last half hour, now we've got to convert it into goals.
Swindlehurst. Cottee versus Duxbury, and Cottee won it. Bailey to Muro. Brooks, Wilkins. Now can Graham keep that one in? Yes, he can. Now this could be dangerous. The chip coming in towards Robson, and Crooks, and a great save! Well, Crooks turned away in disgust and almost disbelief there. He saw it fairly late because it just cleared Robson's head. A lovely cross in by Graham, just clearing Robson. There's Crooks, and a lovely pour away by Big Phil Parks. So it stays at 0-0. United's corner, Brookings' header away. Cottee on the chase, but Wilkins there for Manchester United. Certainly have got the upper hand in this second half. Duxbury. Swindlehurst right back there to try and help, but it's with Muren now. And then with Robson, just wide of the goal.
He is lethal, isn't he, around that 20-yard mark. He's always looking for shots for goals, Brian Robson. That was another good effort.
7 goals this season for the number 7 for Manchester United. That's a good ratio at this time of the season for a midfield player. Of the second half gone. Stewart playing it forward again. Duxbury letting it run back easily to Gary Bailey. Brooks. Muren. Austin once more towards Stapleton. Wilkins. A goal!
To come, Brian, had to come because they've had so much of the game since half-time, and it was only a case of, you know, converting one of the chances that they were creating.
I'm interested what Clive Thomas was doing there in amongst the celebrations, telling him to get back to the centre of the pitch. I've not seen a referee do that before, but here's the goal.
He took it well, didn't he? He took it well, Ray Wilkins. You know, found a space on his left-hand side and tucked it away in the corner. Smashing goal.
And another angle. Stapleton couldn't quite get the touch. And suddenly it's there for Ray Wilkins to put Manchester United into the lead. Brooking trying to break through for West Ham. And if United can hold this lead, they go to the top of the First Division tonight. Graham. But can they hold it? West Ham beaten only once at home this season, and that by Liverpool no less. Muren. Stapleton. And Walford just playing it up the line for Cottee. Back again for Devonshire. Roared on by the West Ham crowd. With Whitten away and a lot of space on the right for Devonshire. Made it through instead for Brooking. Now, can Brooking twist and turn? Get that cross in? No, he can't. And in the end, it's a corner. No, a throw, says the linesman. Ray Wilkins has scored 3 times this season, all from the penalty spot. And that came off Brian Robson for a West Ham corner. So they're biting back at Manchester United now. So there could be work now for Gary Bailey as United organise their defence and Jeff Pike prepares to take the corner for West Ham. saying, get back into the middle. Smiles everywhere at Upton Park as Dave Swindlehurst makes it 1-1.
Well, I was saying, Brian, about the Manchester United defenders not being able to get the ball in there. That was another example of it where you always feel that corner kicks and free kicks at United would be in trouble. And he's got a free header. There you are, coming in there and bangs the header in. It was a smashing goal, but again, I think you've got to look at the United defenders and say, where were you, chaps?
Substitution for Manchester United. Muren is going off, and Norman Whiteside, a striker, is coming on. You can hardly hear yourself think now. Tremendous roar and atmosphere here at Upton Park with the game again beautifully balanced at 1-1. Now Arthur Graham for Manchester United. In goes Lampard. A throw to United. Free kick? No. Well, that's what he thought, hopefully, but the linesman said no, it's a throw. Wilkins. Whiteside, his first touch. And he finds Crooks with it. Well blocked there, though, by Walford. Here goes Devonshire. Get forward, he says to Swindlehurst. And Brooking, no, it just had a little too much pace off the turf for him. Some game now. Wilkins. Whiteside. Graham. Robson, again that left foot shot. A few games being played on the bench at the moment. There's a fair bit of shouting and gesticulating and so on. And I gather that Arnold Muren has had a slight recurrence of a calf strain that has troubled him recently. And he's off with Norman Whiteside on. Right, quarter of an hour of the second half gone. Half an hour still to go. Cotty underneath this one, but beaten by Duxbury. Right. Devonshire. Walford taking it up. Such a hubbub here now. Devonshire. 1-1 the score. Back for Pike. Hitting it first time, but well wide. Martin's header. Now Robson. Holding off Pike. Finds Alderston. Whiteside, challenged by Stewart. It was Martin who got it away again towards Swindlehurst, but it came off McQueen for a West Ham throw. Stewart. Swindlehurst. Little touch for Cotty. Trying to get it back again for Swindlehurst.
But the referee has given a free kick there, Brian, for that tackle on Cotty.
This is interesting, because it could hardly be more central, and it is, I suppose, about 21, 22 yards out. Now this is where Brooking might try and curl and dip something. Devonshire might be having a go. Stewart is the man who normally blasts things through a wall if he can, and he's standing number 2 just to the left of the picture behind that ball at the moment. Now what will West Ham do? Clive Thomas having a word with Trevor Brooking about something, about waiting until the wall's back. It's played, though, for Whitten. Driven high and over. Well, there's the man who scored the West Ham equaliser, Dave Swindlehurst. A little personal story. He was presented with twins few weeks ago, Ben and James, and he's scored in every game since then. 5 last games. Dave Swindlehurst has scored. Now, Crooks, a great save.
He's actually playing very well now, Garth Crooks. A mistake there by Lampard allowed him in, but Crooks is doing very well.
Right side. Lampard, no mistake that time. A little chip, in fact, for Pike, who couldn't quite keep it in. United's throw. Sorry, Ian, I broke into you halfway through.
That's fine, that's all right, Brian. I'm just saying that Crooks, the longer the game's gone on, seems to have becoming more and more into things. I think he's doing well.
A bit of refereeing, spotting there that there was an obstruction by Stewart on Graham. Manchester United's free kick, 1-1 the score. Arthur Graham with it, a deeper one this time. Parks, eye on the ball all the time, just got a finger to it. So it's another corner for Manchester United. They've dominated the second half. They had that one moment when the defence let them down from that corner and Dave Swindlehurst equalised. The earlier goal by Ray Wilkins, and now they are back putting pressure on West Ham. Wilkins it is who will take the corner. Robson just outside the box, so too is Duxbury, but it wasn't a very well taken corner.
There's no room, Brian, you know, in the corners here at West Ham. It's such a tight little ground that you step off the field and you're bumping into the wall. Ray Wilkins kicked the ground there.
Touched by Robson. Wilkins again. Tackled that time by Brooking. Push back to Duxbury. Finding Robson. On to Duxbury again. And another corner for Manchester United off Frank Lampard. Is taken. Whiteside with a header off the post, and West Ham escape there. 25 minutes to go. Brooks. Stapleton.
Well, what was interesting about that corner kick, Brian, was that West Ham didn't have a player on the back post, you know, and a matter of inches there, and Whiteside would have been on the sheet. Let's have a look at it there. There's a head, and you can see that there's no player there. Parks obviously feels himself a little bit lucky with that one.
McQueen. Walford backpedaling. Thought it wasn't. Devonshire said it was his chest. What matters is that referee Clive Thomas said it was hand. Really involved, this crowd. They wait all season for Manchester United to come here, and they know it's always a fine game, and today is certainly living up to that tradition. Duxbury. Wilkins. Robson. Stewart put in there first for West Ham. Brooking. A touch for Devonshire. Robson down injured at the moment. Played inside again for Trevor Brooking. Trying on again for Devonshire. Crossed in West ball for Cotty. Oh, just passed. What a brilliant move. And we're putting a little question mark against Trevor Brooking, and look what he does here. What a ball this for Devonshire, and what a run by him. Crossed in, and Cotty just stretching out there. Couldn't quite get the touch he wanted, and it's a goal kick for Manchester United.
Some vintage West Ham play there, Brian, wasn't it? You know, it's great to see Trevor involved in that there, but Devonshire has been making some really threatening runs up the left flank.
Crooks finding Albiston. Cut out by Alvin Martin. Manchester United's throw. Referee wanting a no great problem. Norman Whiteside for United. Stapleton. Alveston playing it in first time. It should be over, and it is.
Do you know Bobby Robson's at again, Brian? Because you know, it's I would say Devonshire showing this type of form, you know, must obviously come into the England plans, because England need players like him, don't they? People who can get the ball and run it, defenders commit them, and he's having a fine game.
Yeah, I think Bobby is well aware of him. He played him, of course, in Luxembourg. And I think, in fairness to Bobby Robson, it's not often that Alan has quite shown his West Ham form in an England shirt, but he's showing every signs at the moment of again capturing the attention of the England manager. Well, when I say things like that, why do they do things like that? It always seems to happen. And now he's getting a word from Clive Thomas. But he is having a fine game, there's no doubt about it. But it is a fine game, and it's a free kick for Manchester United. Moses, crossing it in. McQueen right in there, making trouble for West Ham. Devonshire trying to get out of it. In the end, it's Pike playing it for Swindlehurst, who in the end was put under such pressure by Robson that all he could do was play it away into touch. Whiteside. Alveston. McQueen. Alveston. Not to be denied there, Martin. He got his eye on that ball and he meant to make a connection, and he did. But here's Norman Whiteside again for Manchester United. Oh, the little 1-2 very nearly came off there with Stapleton. It was delightful, but in the end West Ham just got in. Walford, I think it was, number 4. 20 minutes left. I dare anybody to leave this one early. 1-1 the score. Oh, misjudgment by McQueen. Now, can Totti finish this off for West Ham? No, he can't. He's only 19. But in 14 First Division appearances here, and he scored 8 times, Tony Cottee. He does have an eye for goal most weeks.
Well, John Lyle was telling me about him last season. You know, he said he's a terrific boy. He can play a game and do very little but score a goal, which is it's not a bad habit to have, is it?
Duxbury. It's Manchester United's throw. Pike. It's Devonshire again. And good defending by Gordon McQueen. Robson spotting Graham on the far side. It was a lovely ball by Brian Robson, and here he is again. That wasn't such good control, but it still falls for United and Ray Wilkins. Graham again, running at Lampard. The cross coming in just a fraction too high for Garth Brooks, but here's Alveston. It's not a lost cause yet for Manchester United. Whiteside trying to get up there, and in the end West Ham, 3 of them there were lining up to get it away. Again, not very far. And at the moment, you suspect it's all hands to the pump in this West Ham defence. United coming for them again, but the score, if you've just joined us, is 1-1. Alveston. McQueen. It should be Parks' ball, it is.
You can see that United are definitely committed to trying to win the game, Brian, aren't they? You know, they're not sitting back. They're definitely looking for the win.
Mike. Oh, they're committing plenty forward. And here's Moses coming up from the back. Stapleton to Whiteside. Moses again. Wilkins. Brooks. Oh, and he nearly got Moses through. And Good timely clearance that time by Alvin Martin. Here come United again, though. Moses with the cross in this time, and a good one too. Again, it's Alvin Martin there, and this time a corner for Manchester United. Up comes McQueen. Arthur Graham with it. Oh, and the shot on the turn by Stapleton, he couldn't quite pull it back enough. Lampard away. Cottee versus McQueen, and no prizes for guessing that McQueen would win that. Graham. Wilkins. Robson. Moses. Again, West Ham get it away to Steve Whitten. Trying to get the ball forward to Swindlehurst, but here's Duxbury. And again, Walford there with a header. Duxbury. And Martin there. McQueen for Manchester United. Oh, and he got caught out. Devonshire for Brooking. A little touch again by Brooking towards Devonshire. It'll come for Brooking again, and now for Devonshire, who's got Whitten outside him. Here's Steve Whitten. Cross coming in towards Tony Cottee, and it nearly fell for Brooking. Instead of that, McQueen finds Moses. Arthur Graham. And Moses. Stapleton. Oh, and Whiteside making the run, just over the top. A brilliant run by the young Northern Ireland international.
Well, it was a terrific run, Brian, but it was a super ball from Stapleton. You know, measured pass, lovely. The West Ham players all over the place, and really young Whiteside, if he could only have just brought that down there right in front of goal.
So, a quarter of an hour left, 1-1 the score. Brooks, Robson. And that time it was Pike turning it behind for the corner. They're still having much the better of this game, Ian.
Yeah, the West Ham are hanging on with their fingernails at the moment, Brian. You always get the feeling that, you know, United could score again.
Their 9th corner of the game. Graham with it. Devonshire with a chance to carry it away. Is that a foul by Duxbury? No, says the referee. And it was right in front of the linesman, so they felt that it was a fair challenge. In went Devonshire. He obviously felt it wasn't a fair challenge. Robson calmly playing it amongst themselves. Manchester United, a lot of composure. And Lampard too. Walford, Devonshire, played on for Brooking. Brought down, free kick. Referee wanting a quick word with Alverston. And you talk about how they're tied so closely together, 2nd and 3rd in the table, both with 29 points. Both have won 9 games, both have drawn 2, both have lost 3, and believe it or not, both sides have scored 39 goals coming to this one now, 40 each this season. So you couldn't have them closer together, and you couldn't have a man wanting a ball more than Steve Whitten did there, but it won't get to him. Gordon McQueen getting it away. Handball, surely, yes, by Robson, a free kick. So a free kick to West Ham. Potentially dangerous position, this. United pulling everybody except Garth Crooks back. Well inside the last quarter of an hour now. It's going to be Lampard. Slipped in towards them. McQueen with the header away. Devonshire. And Wilkins, who was a little clumsy in getting that one away, in fact repairs the damage, gets possession again. Here's Whiteside. Robson. Moses. Again releasing their defenders to come forward. Nasty bouncing ball there, and Stewart, oh, and a nasty ricochet too. In the end, West Ham get it away. Brookings header to Whitten. Play wide again for Devonshire. This is where you suspect the danger can come from. Except that he does, Ian, tend to make so many runs from deep, and I think a lot of people would like to see him making those sort of runs much further towards the opponent's goal.
Yeah, because he does lie deep, Brian. You know, does a lot of work deep, and therefore he picks it up. And I think maybe he should try to vary his game a little bit by playing it and then, you know, coming up in his own time as against running with it all the time.
Played back by Whiteside. Martin just queuing fractionally. It's a throw for West Ham. Swindlehurst away. And now McQueen. And Crooks. Got a shot here. Maybe Whiteside will. And a corner. So a corner which Graham will take. And a deep one once more towards Gordon McQueen, falling into Martin, and a free kick to West Ham. Ten minutes left. 1-1 the score. Time not to make a mistake now. Cotty, Swindlehurst. Can he hold off Duxbury? Oh, Duxbury's got it away for the throw. Devonshire with it. He spotted Lampard coming up. Lampard's cross towards Steve Whitten, but once again McQueen is there. Good control by Pike. A little touch for Stewart. Whitten. You could see what was on his mind, and that was to curl one into the far side of the goal. But it's a goal kick. Stewart, Whitten. Whiteside. Graham beating off that challenge. Oh, my word, Whitten was determined to get him in the end, and I think Steve Whitten's going in the book. I think he might have got away with the first one, Ian, but it was quite obvious he was going to stop Arthur Graham come hell or high water.
Yeah, I think the referee was right on that one. As you see, he was getting a bit frustrated, you know. Graham was just like half a yard away from him.
Robson with the free kick. 8 minutes left. 1-1 the score. Robson with the free kick for Manchester United towards Stapleton. And the throw out by Parks, releasing Alan Devonshire. Wilkins and Moses between them, determined to stop him, and Moses doing the job well. Turning it into attack now. Crooks. Moses once more. Trying to lift it towards Whiteside. And Whiteside might turn it back, but the whistle had gone. There was a foul as Crooks and Robson both jumped at that one. But it's still very much on a knife edge, Ian St John.
Well, very much so, Brian. I was just looking at Moses there as he moves back to his defensive chore. He's done well, Remy Moses, you know, in a position he's not used to. And he does well coming forward because he's confident with the ball, and he's used it very intelligently.
And even with just a few minutes left, there's no sign yet of United saying, all right, we've given you our best shots and we'll shut up shop now and make it 1-1 for sure. Still coming forward, but they might have some defending to do now. Brooking. Cotty stopped by Duxbury. And agreeing that it is a Manchester United throw. Trevor Brooking, who carried the ball back for good sport he is. Here's Devonshire. Didn't control it well enough. And here's United with Arthur Graham. Orbison's made a great run for him, and Graham has played a lovely ball for him. And Crooks onto the roof of the stand. 6 minutes left. Stays like this, then Liverpool will stay at the head of the First Division. If one of these sides can just somehow concoct a winner in the 6 minutes that remain, then they'll go top. Stapleton. Martin back. Cotty, Swindlehurst. Now for Whitten. West Ham have got a few forward, but Whitten couldn't beat the man that was required. Ryan Robson. Graham. He's caused trouble for West Ham, does both the flanks this afternoon. And gets his good cross in. Robson. Brooks. Whiteside trying to get Crooks through again on the 1-2. Goal kick given. Yes, goal kick given. So that, just over 2 minutes left. And it's still poised at 1-1. Stewart. Swindlehurst trying to get in there. McQueen getting above him once more. Robson, half stopped by Pike, finds Devonshire. Oh, and he almost got Swindlehurst through. Duxbury getting in. And it really mattered for Manchester United. Stewart. Brooking. Will come for Walford. A very assured game, Steve Walford. Swindlehurst getting it to Pike. Handball. Free kick for West Ham. And by the way, Lampard picked that up. They want to get this taken. They feel that although they've been doing a lot of defending, this is still a game they can win. 1-1 in the last minutes. We haven't had a trainer on the field. And there'll be a little bit of time maybe to be added on, but not a lot. And the referee wanting this kick taken. Walford, who's got a lashing left foot drive. What's he going to do with this one? Chip it in. And it was Arthur Alderston who got it away for Manchester United. Crooks being hustled by Pike. Wilkins spreading it wide for Graham, but the ball goes out of play. It'll be a West Ham throw again. There's Lampard. And now Pike. Now Whitten. Swindlehurst to Pike. Can West Ham yet snatch the winner? 1-1. Touched across there, and Brooking couldn't quite get in on it. It was Devonshire's header. But United, who had the better of it, might yet have the last word, although the referee's looking at the watch as Albiston comes forward again. Played in for Wilkins. The final whistle's gone. it's a very good draw, 1-1, with Ray Wilkins having scored to put Manchester United in the lead, and then Dave Swindlehurst having equalised for West Ham. Well, there are no winners on the field. It means Liverpool stay at the top of the First Division, but I'm sure there are winners all around West Ham who thoroughly enjoyed this game, and millions of you at home as well, I feel sure. In a moment, we shall be talking, we hope, to the two goal scorers, Ray Wilkins and Dave Swindlehurst, to give you an extra something to the afternoon, and that comes up after this short break.
This is just like the dances at home. The girls had to dance with each other back there too, while the blokes nipped out for a drop of the amber nectar. Screw! There's a bloke down there with no strides on.
Foster's, the Australian for lager.
When a cold or blocked-up nose keeps your child awake at night, Carvol comes as a great relief. A Carvol capsule's natural aromatic oils release a soothing vapor that helps clear a blocked-up nose and makes breathing easier. Carvol helps children breathe to help them sleep.
The Japanese art of timekeeping. Citizen.
You know, I could never resist beauty. Take the wife. Later, darling. Or take the new C30 Sony video recorder. Instead of your normal suitcase, you've got this slim little number. It's got all the usual features, plus a new one called Peep Search. You know, I think she's better looking than the wife. Not such a good kisser, of course.
Sony, whatever will they think of next?
Believe it or not, there are those who are so taken with our filter coffee, they feel only the best water will do. It certainly won't do it any harm. But if you've ever tasted our filter coffee, it's hard to see how it can improve on it.
Centra Exceptional Hi-Fi. From £300 to just $99.
Hello again, and a special welcome back to viewers in the South, because this is where we give you your own sports bulletin. As I'm sure you know, there are no newspapers today, so I'll be bringing you right up to date on the details of your team's performance this weekend. But first of all, this afternoon's action, and if you've just come in, we've been watching a really exciting game from the top of the First Division. It's West Ham against Manchester United. Brian Moore and Ian St John describe the goals.
Kieran. Once more towards Stapleton. Wilkins, a goal!
Well, I had to come, Brian. I had to come because they've had so much of the game since half-time, and it was all a case of, you know, converting one of the chances that they were creating.
I'm interested what Clive Thomas was doing there in amongst the celebrations, telling him to get back to the centre of the pitch. I've not seen a referee do that before, but here's the goal.
He took it well, didn't he? He took it well, Ray Wilkins. You know, found a space on his left-hand side and tucked it away in the corner.
So there could be work now for Gary Bailey as United organise their defence and Jeff Pike prepares to take the corner for West Ham. And it's there! It's Swindlehurst and it's 1-1! And again the referee breaking them up and saying, get back into the middle. Smiles everywhere at Upton Park as Dave Swindlehurst makes it 1-1.
Well, I was saying, Brian, about the Manchester United defenders not being able to get the ball in there. That was another example of it where you always feel that corner kicks and free kicks at United would be in trouble. And he's got a free header. There you are, coming in there and bangs the header in.
So, 1-1 the score, the points are shared, and the places at the top remain unchanged. Liverpool are top, West Ham second, Manchester United third, and what a race is now developing. Well, Southampton captain Steve Williams is recovering at home today after being stretchered off at Coventry. He was involved in an incident with Coventry's Steve Hunt, who was sent off. Williams, who was booked for his part, has an injured cheekbone, but X-rays have shown that nothing is broken. Saints drew 0-0, but both Brighton and Portsmouth were beaten. Pompey were 4-0 down to Oldham at half-time, and though a late rally brought...